Good morning, class. Welcome to school. How have we been? How's the weekend? I hope you are fine. All right, welcome. Okay, so we are going to continue with our reading and our speaking. But first and foremost, we are taking our reading. Today we are reading for. Just pass me this one. Pass me this. Thank you. We are reading for discovery, or we are reading for research. As to find out, that is to find out. Some things. Earlier we discussed what reading means. Reading entails this, entails that, and we also discussed the essence or purpose of reading. We listed several factors why we read. So who can remind us the factors, reasons for reading? Huh? We read to acquire knowledge, number one. We read to do what as well? Huh? The beginning. The beginning of what? Why do you read? Knowledge. Okay, we read for knowledge. Auntie, why do you read? No. Okay, for discovery and research. Why do you read? You read for improvement. Why do you read? Okay, it's also upgrade. It's also the same thing. Merge each other to improve. As affinity again, why do you read? To acquire knowledge, number one. Again, why do you read as well? You can what? You can get job. You can have job. How does reading bring us job? Okay. That means our ability to read and write definitely could get us a what? We could get a job with reading and what? Writing. Outright. So with the factors we have listed so far, as regards reading, we read to acquire knowledge, we read to discover, we read for meaning, we read to get ourselves upgrade, to get ourselves enlightened, we read so that we'll be able to know what is happening in our environment, we read so that we can take care of ourselves, and so on and so forth. So these are the factors that necessitates us to read. So today, in our reading, we'll be reading basically for discovery or research. What does that mean? It means to find out some things. The essence of today's reading is the fact that we just want to find out. So until when we read, then what we have read now, what we know. Are you with me? Until you read, you don't do, like this book, this piece that I'm holding. If I ask you, what do I have in this printed stuff? You don't know. But when I start reading it to you, or if I write it on the inkboard, we all read together. Then the understanding becomes what? General. We now have the idea of what we are painting, the idea of what we are reading about. So that means we are ready to discover or to research about something. What's that something? This is an example. What do I have in my hand? What's in it? Until I read it out, or I write, and all of us what? Read. Then at the end of the day, we are good to go. So if at the end of the class I now ask us that, Rabbi, what have you learned today? Or Rabbi will be able to tell me that, okay, according to today's class, we have read about this. So what did you gain? What did you learn? She will now tell me that, oh, yes, I've learned that this and that. According to what she has read, or what we have discussed in the class. Are you all with me? Okay. Are you all with me? Alright. I'm going to read about the story of a boy who became a stone. I don't want to write, even if I write the entire story. Yeah. What's that we discussed last week? Noise. Rose, what's that we discussed last week as well? We discussed something as regards that.
Distraction.
Huh?
Distraction.
Interruption, distraction, that's it. Noise, okay? That's it. Because we are discussing, we are teaching, and that came on board. What does that signify? Distraction, interruption, and rest. I'm also deliberately doing something in the class today again. At the end of the day, if it happens, then I'll explain. But if it doesn't happen, later I'll still explain. Good example is this. So today I want to read. We'll be reading about the story of what? The story of a boy who became a stone. Can the two go together? Why? Because this is a distraction. That's what I have just explained. That's an interruption. You understand me? That's a noise. That's a disturbance. At the end of the day, what's it going to do? It's going to affect this. It's going to affect this. It's going to affect and it's going to affect this. It's going to affect learning. It's going to affect attention, and at the same time, it's going to affect concentration. Because you cannot listen to me and also listen to that. Even when you are listening, probably Rose picks the artist. The broadcaster will change the music and put it. I can't kill myself. Oh. I can't kill myself. Rose will pick I can't kill myself. And Rose will not go into the class. Rabbi, are you with me? This is a music going on, right? So, I'm teaching. I'm flowing with the class. The broadcaster at the other end now switch over, change the music. And then is the artist that will sing, I can't kill myself, oh. Allow me to enjoy myself. And his favorite song for Rose. Instantly, she will switch and start singing along. So all the exercise I'm doing here, I'm on my own. She will not pay attention again. She will not concentrate again. It will affect her learning because of what? Distraction. Because of interruption. Because of what? Noise. because of disturbance. Now let's go. What happened now? What can you observe now? Huh?
Silence.
There's silence now. Okay, so now that there's silence, what happened to the class? You can concentrate. Now that there's what? Now that there's silence, we can what? Concentrate. We can pay attention and we can what? We can learn. Nothing can what? Affect the what? The learning. So when you are learning, either when you are speaking, when you are reading, especially when you are reading, watch out for what? Watch out for noise, watch out for interruption, watch out for distractions and rest, both externally and internally. Okay? Both internally and what? Externally. External has to do with something around you. Like now, these pupils and the students, they are on break. So we still have what? Noise getting to the classroom one way or the other. Let's say it's entire school that gets to the what? To the field, and there's a football match going on. So while the students play on the what? On the field, and here they are what? Teaching, they are learning. And all of a sudden, there's a goal! That gets to the class. What happens to the learning, to attention, concentration? A goal! Noise number one, and attention is what is affected. Everybody like, you change attention from listening to the teacher off to the window. Somebody can also stand and what? And stretch. A go. Red house, blue house. You understand me? So while you read, anytime you want to read, guard against what? Distractions. Guard against noise, disturbance, and the rest. Both externally and what? And internally. Internal has to do with this. I'm here. See, I'm here. I'm teaching. Okay. No. Within me, I'm telling myself, I'm speaking that, Rabbi is in the class. Thank God. Maybe I told her last week she should come, and then she did not come. Last week she didn't come. Today she has come. I'm going to collect my money from her. I'll collect my money from her. When I get to that junction, I'll eat yam. I'll eat corn. Then I'll buy food. When I finish, I'll wait. When I finish that, I'll now go to Jabi-Abuja. I'll go and look for that man. While I'm teaching, that one is also ongoing. Or probably, while I'm teaching, that one is also ongoing. Rabbi is just thinking that, okay, what time is it now? Past 10. If the teacher is true, or this teacher should just free us so that she can work, she can quickly go. He sent something from her, from Zafara, that she should come and collect exactly 11 o'clock. She's listening, she's just checking her time. She's listening, she's just checking her time now. Once it is 11 o'clock, so that she'll be able to meet up with the driver before the driver will resume off. What's taking place? There's a distraction internally. So whatever I'm teaching here, she'll not be able to concentrate 100% because there's an internal distraction. So internal distraction affects learning, affects attention, and affects concentration. But both external, internal, if we don't have distraction, we will concentrate. I'll be able to get the best of what we are the best of what we are doing in terms of reading, or in terms of listening, or in terms of study, or whatever we want to do. But emphatically, I'll say, how do I mean emphatically? I'm going to emphasize that while we are taking the business of reading, while we take the business of reading, we must guard against noise, both externally and internally, so that we'll be able to get the best of our reading. We'll be able to get the best in learning, the best in attention, and the best in concentration, either in the class or anywhere, as far as any time. That means you want to sit back and read maybe just 1 hour. That 1 hour, all that you have read, if it is back with attention and concentration, you get the best. It's not that you are reading, right? You are reading. These are the examples. One day to go in and then start counting down. Flow. Why are you laughing? now. Oh, my dance. Yes. That's this and this. Now, what? I'm explaining. So how do I do philo with the boy? How do I do it? I what? No, that's why I'm asking that. How will I marry philo and this?
No.
What I want to do? It's not possible. That's why you have attention and concentration. Keys to reading effectively. I hope you are flowing. Are you getting it? Rabbi. Yes, you can write it. Attention and concentration. Keys to reading effectively. Rabbi, are you with me? What happened? Okay. Rose, are you with me?
Yes.
Isaac, are you with me? Huh? Okay. One day, a little boy named Ladewin sat out in the yard making a bird's nest. And as he walked, a little bird called to him, "Tick, Lodin, come and catch me. I'm making a snare for you," said the boy. But the boy continued to call until the snare was finished. Then Ladewin ran and threw the snare over the bird and catch it. And he put it in a jar in his house while he went with the other boys to swim. While he was away, his grandmother grew hungry, so she ate the bird. And when Ladewin returned and found that the bird was gone, he was so sad that he wished he might go away and never come back. He went out into the forest and walked a long distance until finally he came to a big stick and said, "Stone, open your mouth and eat me." And the stone opened its mouth and swallowed the boy. When his grandmother missed the boy, she went out and looked everywhere, hoping to find him. Finally, she passed near the stone and cried out, "Here he is." Then the old woman tried to open the stone, but she could not. So she called the horses to come and help her. They came and kicked it, but it would not break. Then she called the carabao, and they hooked it, but they only broke their arms. She called the chickens, which pegged it. Chicken, peg is, that's peg. Which pegged it. And the thunder, which shook it. But nothing could open it. And she had to go home without the boy. There's no way that concentration can be effective because of this distraction. Are you with me? Because there's a distraction at hand. So whatever I'm doing is zero. Now, let's go again. Yes. I'm going to write. I want to read out first, but by the time I'm going to write, I'm not going to write all because any word cannot contain. So that's why I wanted to read it first. By the time I'm going to write, probably I'll write halfway. The inboard cannot contain all. So that's why I'm painting the picture of what we are driving at. Are you with me? Okay. You said? And that's why I'm reading all first. That's why I'm reading what? I'm reading all first. This is all happened. If I write A, and I also write A, by the time I'm going to come to this one, that means I have to clean this one and write the rest. By the time I've finished this, round everything, I have to clean that. So that's why I'm giving us the idea of what we are doing first and foremost. What's your complaint, Isaac?
Seriously, I won't lie to you. I didn't understand what that means since.
Oh, you don't understand what I'm doing since? Okay, alright.
Because normally, at least, we are here today, and I didn't understand what that means.
Okay.
I
Isaac, just wait. Are you all with me? Sister, are you with me? You could pick what I've tried to pass across to you. Are you with me? You are with me? Sister, are you with me? Are you with me? Auntie Afiniki? Rabbi, do you understand what I've been trying to do?
Yes.
Rose, are you with me?
Yes.
Okay. Isaac, now listen to me. You understand?
I understand this one. As in my own problem is that I want the school as in just go direct to what was going to be. I didn't understand what this is.
It's the point I'm driving at. What I'm doing is what you need. That's the point I'm driving at. You understand me? See, here, I wrote reading and what? I'm speaking. You understand me? I now said reading for discovery or research. Now,
most of us do not speak, so we are here to go out and research. So the only, for my own, as in the way we are thinking it, as in at least since the right writing and speaking, we have so many things to show,
something to read. I understand you. See, this is what we are going to read.
I just want to highlight a point. Because all these things research something about the religion. But let's get to know what's his name?
Isaac is his name.
Isaac. I'm sorry. I'm not the right person to do this. I just need to clarify something. In reading, there's a group. So, and there are three factors to rules of reading, which is mentioned. Which
Go ahead.
So there are three factors rules of reading. Alright. Because if according to him, like before we have subjects and topic rather, we have reading and speaking, and now go straight to the point. Most of those that don't know the rules of reading, they may just pick book and start reading. At the end of the day, they will gain nothing. So now that's why I just try to highlight the point of before you read, you must have these three things available. You know, the concentration, you understand? That's what I'm thinking. If you don't take time to teach you, and why at the end of it you didn't get anything, it will seem as if everything that you have done is foolish. So that's how we just need to have patience. It's gradually, you pick it, but it's just step by step.
Thank you.
It's not fast as reality.
Thank you. Isaac, why will you conclude that all that we have been doing is rubbish? To you, right? To you, or to the entire class?
No, to me, that's what I said.
Now, do you want to stay in this class or you want to walk away? Now, stay with me. Now, you are here to learn. Now, stay with me and listen up. Okay? Now, stay with me and what? And listen up. First and foremost, I've told you, according to timetable, according to what I'm here to do, timetable, this is reading and speaking. And today is what? Today is Monday. You told me about spelling. That's not the timetable. That's not my job here. I work according to instruction. If I'm not fit to teach, I shouldn't be here. I work according to what? According to instruction. On adventure, I want to miss it. This is also a guide for me. A boy, today is Monday. This is what you have to do here. Yeah, this is it. And you are given time. Then I have to follow. Systematic, step by step. For me coming to the class, teaching you, we read, we do this. I go away. Who cares whether you understand or you don't understand? But that's not the job of a good teacher. That's not the job of a good teacher. So I'm trying to tell you things to note when you are when you are reading. Like now I'm talking. That was also a distraction from our phone. So there's no way all that I'm speaking that you can pick. Because that's a what? That's a distraction. Now I'm telling you, I'm giving you guide. It's not just for us to pick something. It's not just for us to pick our materials, our book, this and that, and start reading without first and foremost getting the essence of what you are reading or why you are reading. Today we want to read, but why do we want to read today? And I told us today basically we are reading just for discovery or research. And that's why I wrote that in bracket. What does that supposed to mean? Reading for discovery or research. That's to find out some things. I pushed further. That watch out when you are reading. Watch out for noise. Watch out for distractions. Watch out for this or that. All that will take away your what? Concentration from reading. Because if internally and externally you have noise, you have wasted your time in what? In reading. That's what I'm what? Driving at. I took it further by saying, this I cannot write entirely on the inkboard because there's no space. I now brought that example. I brought that radio broadcast, musical. While I'm reading, you can't get the best from when I'm reading. And then there's also was philo. How? You want to divide your attention from philo to the boy that became a stone? How do you juggle that? But now, this, I've played this on alt. I've stopped the music. Now, I want to go to what? I want to go to reading. And I'm bringing your attention to this. For you to have the best of reading, your attention and concentration must be available. Else, you have wasted your time. Attention and concentration. These are the keys to reading effectively. That's what we are driving at. Now, listen to me. After I've stopped the music, I read first. Now I'm going to read again. So you now compare notes with the first time I read with now the second time. That's also a word. That's also a distraction. That's also a word. That's also a distraction. That's also noise. So that affects our concentration. That affects our learning. As me, there's no word, there's no noise. We'll be able to get the best of our reading. We will concentrate. And when we concentrate, when our attention is steady, if it is 1 hour I want to spend to read, I get the best. If it is just 5 minutes, I have the full grasp of what I've read. If it is just 2 hours, if it's just 15 minutes, the best of attention is what is given to you. And I'll have the best. If they now ask you, yes, you were reading that time, what did you read about? Oh, I read about the boy who became a stone. Why? So you'll be able to tell because you are fully concentrated and you are read. Are you all with me? Now let's go. The boy who became a stone. That's the title of this one, of this story, this short story. The boy who became a stone. So first and foremost, listening to that topic that the boy became a stone. Everybody will be wondering that what happened to the boy that at the end of the day he turned to a stone. Now go further. Don't forget that we are reading for discovery.
Research.
To find out something. So now let's go. One day, a little boy named Elone sat out in the yard making a bird snare, like a bird cage. This snare. That thing that will keep the bird, but we call it cage here. Cage. The bird would trap. They put food in it. The bird will fly and enter it, and the trap would closes. Snare. S-N-A-R-E. Snare.
Okay, snare. No, if you don't pronounce it, it was a snare.
Okay, this is snare. Snare. And this is snake. This is what takes place. This is still the word. This is still the answer. This for life. That's the answer. And so till this. Your ability to know this and to pronouncing it, that's what will guide you in pronouncing snake, snail, and snare. Because this is what I'm calling. You understand? Snake, the K, snail, the L, and then the snare, R. It's not the same. So what am I pronouncing? I'm pronouncing what? Alphabet. But if I'm not able to pronounce the alphabet, then I cannot read effectively. Because by the time I'm to pronounce snail, probably I'll pronounce it for what? Snake. And snake is not snail. K is not L. R is not K. R is not E. Are you with me? You didn't get it? You didn't get me? This is the idea. First and foremost, your alphabet and the ability to pronounce the alphabet. You what? It's not that they do not teach you.
It's the best thing that's for your son.
You didn't come at the same time. So you didn't come at the same time. You did not come at the what? At the same time.
If you know this one, this is what will guide us to know this.
But how many times have I taught you? Rose, how many times have I taught you this? Alphabets.
No, you're just in the body.
That's what I'm talking
Majority. Not major, major.
I believe they teach us this one, and most of us will not read
Rose, who takes your spelling, who teaches spelling? Uncle Steve. Who takes your spelling? Uncle Steve teaches spelling. Then who teaches writing? Okay, Uncle Steve. Alright.
Writing.
So, yeah, writing.
Take writing.
Yes.
Mr. Sule, take writing.
Okay, Uncle Sule taught you writing.
Yes.
Then Uncle Steve taught you spellings.
Yes.
Bros, hold on. Hold on, it's not me you complain to. You want me to lash back to you? You want to complain to me? Isn't it you complain to? Or isn't it you complain to? You all came at different times. And teachers also teaches at different times. Teachers also teaches at different subjects.
Now only 2 people they teach me. Since I gone to school.
Is that my fault?
But before.
I didn't know. I didn't know how to